Hi traders, in this video I brought you a very interesting part. I don't want to really talk a lot before we are starting this video, just one thing, and that is I was thinking a lot about how I could really make this series worthwhile for many more traders to come who want to learn to code their own EAs, to test their strategies, to be able to analyze data. And I was thinking about why I am doing the live trading part. Because, you know, when you are live trading, and it is very human, and you have to avoid most of your humanness when you are doing this work, when you are trading. And I was thinking, yeah, maybe I was doing it a little bit because I wanted to show, yeah, even with a simple strategy like this, you can make 50% gain in a week or something that that Signal did. And then I realized it is not the way to go. It is not the way to go. Because what you are learning from that, of course, in one part I was showing you some losing streak that that we analyzed, so that we can learn from the losing trades and the whole philosophy about how you actually learn when you are losing and not when you are winning. So some interesting parts, but most of the time it is just a very human thing to do, to try to show off your strategy and your data, their statistics. If so, I was thinking, and I realized that I am going to approach this in a fully data-centric way, and so I am going to put money in more live accounts for this project, and a little bit more than before, because it was a too little amount. And you know, some people already approached me who didn't even watch the series, that, man, I want to buy that strategy, it made 50-60% in a week, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to do this. So the series and this EA is not because, or this Signal is not because of this purpose. So I decided to open multiple accounts with more money, so you know, there is not going to be a so huge volatility in terms of the percentages, so not like 60% in a week or something like that, but a more moderate kind of trading on gold. So I'm going to open one that is a regular one. I already started to set that up with the like the 1 hour time frame, and one for scalping, like with the 5 minute time frame. And I have another idea as well, that is some like a combination of multiple set files and you know, strategies in some kind. It is going to be especially important in the next parts for this series, to see how diversification is working, and especially when we are starting to add price action patterns to the strategy. I am going to also talk about the best data to test with, faster optimization. I am also going to talk about the different kind of price action patterns. So there is a lot of topics that we are going to talk about, and I am going to put the new live accounts with these different kind of sets to the description of this video or the next video, because I am now setting them up. So one other thing that I wanted to tell you is that this is very important when you are using the same EA on the same account with multiple charts on the same and it is very important, just when you are using it on the same instrument. Like for example, on the same account you are using the same EA 5 times on gold, then you must use a different magic number. And I hate that it is here, so I am going to put it just, you know, above everything, basically here, because I didn't like it there. So now I can change it in a better way. I don't know, I am used to it. I'm used to it that it is up here. So this one that you need to change if you are using, for example, a multiple like GBP, USD or gold on the same account with the same EA, so it can handle everything separately, which is insanely important. I just made a mistake last time when I didn't use different magic numbers, because the EA then didn't even have magic number adjustable in the inputs. So the EA can really mistake these things if you are not using different one, and it is just very important. I wanted to tell it to you. Now let's jump into something very, very interesting, and that is, I just wanted to show you that I started some testing on the 15-minute time frame, and I just want to show it to you how it is working, how this EA is working on there. For the people who bought this package on Gumroad, I am putting this 15-minute set file to Gumroad as well, so you can try it out, you can use it, you can do what you want with it. And yeah, the drawdown and total profit amount is 10x, which is very, very good. It has around, it's very interesting with the short trades, it has 80% win rate, which is very good, especially when you are seeing that the largest profitable trade is almost the amount of the largest losing trade, and it is like 2 to 1, the average profit and average loss trade, and with that it has a high win rate. So that is a pretty good indication without any like insane optimization or curve fitting. It is just how it is doing. And last time I showed you that it is doing great on 5 minute as well without any optimization, and all this leads me to believe like that it is a real strategy that can really work on the markets, and that it is just great that I started with this simple strategy, because it is going to be a real treat to add new elements and more complex stuff to this particular strategy. Now in this part I want to show you something very, very important. If you are not familiar with the strategy and all these parameters, please watch the videos, the previous videos, because I don't want to explain all the parameters in all of these videos, because then it is going to be just a pain for everyone who is watching all the parts. So please watch the other ones. I am explaining the trading stop, the ATR based trading stop, the dynamic exits, the entry rules that are here, exits are here, everything, the percent base, the break even. So please watch it, because I don't want to explain it every time. It is just not a good time management in my opinion. So let's start with some coding, because in this part I really brought you something interesting. As I said in the last video, I want to show you how you can actually filter out trades without the noise. So what you want to do is to eliminate most of the noise. You can't actually eliminate most of the noise, but you can eliminate most of the noise that is eliminatable, that can be eliminated. So what I mean is, there is a maximum potential of noise that you can eliminate. You can never eliminate all of it, because the markets are just not that way. And so you want to have a really good probability to win. If you are watching this series, you I think you know already how, at least a little bit about probability theory, how you are calculating possibilities, probabilities, and you know that mathematically you just can't be right 100% of the time. There are certain win rates, certain risk-reward ratios together, and there is a certain range that you can work in. And it is, many factors into it, but also just very simple stuff like spread, commission, and all these things. So in this video, I am going to show you one of my absolute favorite added parameters and logic to any algorithm. Now I am adding it to every algorithm that I coded, and I think I started to add this last October or last September to all of my algorithms because it made such a huge difference. It is a once per bar feature. Now, I'm not waiting for you to clap when I'm saying this. Like, oh, once per bar feature, what is that? Because it seems like a very simple idea. And I have to add, most of the time, the simplest sounding ideas are the best in many fields, but coding and trading is not different. So, and especially if that simple thing can solve a lot of complex things, So it means that, and I am explaining it to you, and then I am giving the instructions to the AI. So it means that we need a parameter, a logic that is only allowing one trade per bar. What does it mean? First of all, it's a single entry EA. It is very important. So it can't hold multiple trades at a time. And even this way, and with many EAs that I tested, the issue is that an EA can take multiple trades after one another, and sometimes you run into situations when you have 6 losing trades in a row. And you are what can I do? And now we can't eliminate a losing streak completely. That is reasonable, and that is just part of trading. But what we can do is to eliminate losing streak that is just because of a bad candle, on the 1 hour chart or the 50-minute chart. And then, in every EA, there is potential to open multiple trades over and over again and lose a couple trades in a row. And with a once per bar feature that I already tested live, and it changed my life. And also in testing, I tested it many times, so I know what I'm talking about with this. With a once per bar feature, what happens is, for example, you have a trade, and that trade closed, and in one bar, one candle, you can open, like the EA can open one more trade. And then if in that candle that trade is closed, the EA, the whole system needs to wait with opening another trade until it is the next bar, the next candle. And if you are trading for a while, if you are a coder, you see how impactful it can be. And I'm going to also, of course, show you testings with it and stuff. I haven't, used it for this strategy, so we are going to see. But now we are going to give a great instruction to the AI, because it is very important. So it is going to actually get us to where we want to be. Please, let's go. Oh, what kind of a gentleman I am today. Please add a new feature true, false to my MT5 code. let's do EA code because it could be indicator as well, but of course it's going to recognize that it is an EA. I just like to be very precise. So code, the new feature logic is the following. The EA can only take one trade per bar. It means, for example, that if a trade was closed in a candle, the EA can open one trade in that candle, and if that is closed, it can't open any new trades until the next candle. And I am phrasing it in so like in so much detail because I realized that I need to, because even though it doesn't have errors, but many times parameters can be faulty a little bit, and so you have to really give it a great explanation, and there is no way around that. And you know, you might think, there's no errors and stuff, it is working great. But if you, first of all, if you don't know what to test exactly, you are not going to see if there is an error or not, even though there is no error in the compiler when you compile the code. But there can be many errors in the code itself, like the functionality might be missing some things. So I am thinking about a little bit what kind of instruction I can give it. I think it is going to be alright now, because it is, yeah, the code. And we are going to see how it understands it. I am always overviewing it and review how it understood what I wanted. Let's see, I need to add a new feature that limits the rate only one trade per bar. The logic is simple. If the trade could run candle, no more trades can occur. Yeah, yes. Si, senor. In this version, then before checking, yeah, I just want to check it for you because, you know, I am my starting point is that I want to give a great value with this completely free series on YouTube to traders who are not coders, who are not programmers, and they don't have a background in this, and therefore and they don't have a time to, you know, to learn coding. Therefore I want to check everything in ChatGPT, in AI itself. So I want to give you the perspective, the useful tips how to deal with AI and coding. Once per bar to keep track. Okay, I think it is looking actually looking good, which is amazing, because with this feature AIs sometimes have an issue, and it is, I think I'm going to say it is mostly because of the phrasing. And so here we are. Oh yes, let's see, because now we have 373 trades. You know, I just like to memorize the numbers, and so when I'm starting a new test with just one parameter change like this, so now it can only take trades once per bar. See if there is any difference at all, because many times there is no difference with these parameters, and especially if the logic is not working, then there is not going to be any difference. And what I want to check, okay, so we are going to go back, and I need one more thing, and that is the following. Add two things. Please check the code again and make sure the parameter is working. Working as intended. And it is just a hack tip for non-coders to check to just, you know, make sure to review its own code, you know, for the AI, because it is just a great way, so it can think about it, you know, one more time, and I have an issue, like just like a human, you know. So, and one other thing, also add a new parameter where I can tell the EA which bar, you know, which bar okay, I think it is going to understand. I you know, we are going to see. Sometimes I'm just doing these videos, and I'm thinking a little bit different when I am shooting a video. So I'm just reading the whole stuff. That way you can have indicators. Okay. I think just one more thing, because I realized that during this, I think with this series I'm going to be much better in explaining things. I hope. You know, most of you wrote me that it is that you really like this series, and that I am not so bad at this. So thank you for that. But I want to be a little bit better in explaining things, not just showing them. It is my whole life. I like doing things, but explaining for me is a little bit different, like difficult at times. So just one more thing is very important that I would add if I were you. Maybe I'm going to add it, I don't know. To tell, I think it's obvious, but you know, you're not a coder, so you want to double check that it is working the way you want it. And it's very important that it is only for the entry, and for the exits it is not something that is a restriction, which is very important for a strategy. And as for philosophy, you can understand why it is so important. Okay, yeah, that is what I meant. So you can do 1 hour, for example. You can go ahead, test a little bit. Also, you can do something like 1 minute as well. And I was reading why, like how it is the best to do these kind of videos, and many of you said, and I read it online as well that the best way is if I do the whole back and forth live, so you can really understand what the heck is going on and how you can solve issues. And I think now there is an issue because, you know, I changed these parameters and they don't seem to work. Because if they would work, then we would have a little bit different amount of trades. It is just the truth. And the different, like all the stats are the same, which is not how it should be. Like for example, let's do like a 4-hour one. And it should have a lot less trades, a lot. And it is not going to because the parameter is not working. And since you are there and you are like, oh, okay, what can I do now? Oh, it's a little bit less, but I think this a little bit bullshit. Who knows? Who knows? Let's check it out. Let's check out like something like this. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it misunderstood me a little bit. You know, it is a completely different time frame, so I am just checking out some stuff now. Okay, it's 209 trades, and let's do like one a day, and it needs to have less trades if it can only take one trade per day. There's no way to have the same amount of trades. Yeah, okay, so it seems to work actually. But yeah, I want to check it, you know. Okay, it's out, it's in, it's out. It's in, it's out. That's cool. But it's okay. So far it's okay. It's just one. See, there's a little bit more, like, I don't know, maybe it's okay, because I am seeing like, okay, it's in, it's out, it's out, it's out. You know, you have to manually check it many times, because first of all, it is just many times it's just simple to check it, and you are going to see if it's working or not. You are going to just see. But I'm going to show you in a minute how you're going to see it like a little bit more. Yeah, it seems to work, so it's good. And now I want to show you, for example, let's have something like this period. We memorize it, okay, and then we go and check with 1 minute, and we see the differences between everything. And if we have differences, then it took its job seriously. Yeah, we have more trades. Yeah, so for example here, you know, we only had the exact right amount of trade that is good based on the parameter for the daily trading. And here we have much more trades. We have an in here, and after a few hours we have another one. After a few hours we have another one, and here I am adding it is not going to take trades every minute because I think some of the comments are going to be that if I am not saying this honestly. And it is going to take a trade when the strategy is in line, and it is not going to take a trade when you know, every minute randomly. And for many traders it is, you know, it is something that they haven't heard about so far, but it is very important that the realistic strategies, the realistic EAs are not taking trades every minute, because just think about it a little bit. How would they? It wouldn't make any sense at all. I am just doing a little bit parameter finding, and I want to also have some set for it as well, because I am going to add to the new live accounts new sets. And Sorry if along the way I am figuring out this whole series, how I can show you how to do everything, and how I can show you why live trading is important and involve all those decisions to your codes, that you have conclusion from the live accounts, all these things. So I am learning along the way. I don't know, I don't want to do more. Like, I don't need a whole bunch of optimizations, just a few. Let's see how it is going to do. Which time frame is that again? I think it was the 1 hour time frame with a 1 minute chart. I think it is it has a bigger, largest trade, profitable trade, and losing trade ratio. I think I'm one more thing, just one more thing to this picture, and this is, let's optimize this, but with optimizing the new parameter, and that is going to be the set file for this particular episode. And now we have the best at 5,000. Let's see which time frame it is going to choose. These are the this is this particular parameter. I'm going to show you something. You can disable all, and you can just see either all the ratios like recovery factor, profit factor, or you can choose any parameter that you want to check out. And now I just want to check this honestly. Okay, so current, which is the 1 hour, it is interesting. That is a top now. 6 minutes. Wow, what an interesting way. And you see that it already found a better solution. Drawdowns, for drawdown we have some good low drawdown with the 1 day time frame. And this whole video was about this parameter to filter out noise. And you already see, I don't really have to explain anything, but I explain it. You already see that the lowest drawdown that we got is with the 1 day entry once per bar feature by far. And you can really have a great time setting this in your own algorithm, because as you can see, it is a high risk reward strategy in this particular way, because the largest profitable trade is almost 4 times higher than the largest losing trade. We have a 1-to risk to reward ratio. It's obvious. And with the once per day feature, you really filtered out a ton of trades. But I want to show you something that is not this strict, like for example a 6 minutes once per bar feature. And it is the same strategy, and you have these kind of different results, which is a little bit crazy. We have more statistical significance here, but actually it is not as simple as people think, that if you have more trades, this is more statistically significant. Please think about it. What you are saying, it is a common misbelief now with half-baked traders who think they are advanced, but they are actually not really. And it is because, just please, there's a scalper. It has 10,000. It has 10,000 trades. And it has martingale also. It has averaging and grid. And it has a great backtest. When you are putting it on live account, it is blowing it like 10 times out of 10. So, do you still think it is the best way? No, it is not the best way to evaluate a strategy. You can't evaluate a strategy just by this statistical significant magical number. Because why wouldn't a strategy that has a strict feature like a once per bar feature set to daily would be more significant statistically based on different measures, metrics, data than something that doesn't have any strategy and it just had luck with martingale over the, I don't know, 6 months, but it has 10,000 trades. And I didn't want to be too harsh because I want to make separate videos about how you can measure a strategy strength more than just by statistical significance and all this stuff. I think it's pretty good looking. I don't know, I was, I've got so many charts in my life that I just kind of feel things, but it doesn't matter because the data has to be right to put it on a live account. I'm going to put a bunch of these sets that I am going to choose, not now because this video is already too long, and I'm going to put it to Gumroad so you can try them out. You can put it to live accounts. I'm going to put a bunch to live accounts that are passing the Monte Carlo analysis as well. So if you are interested, what kind of interesting statistic we have here? It's just strange, but sometimes I am just selecting one, for example, by profit factor, but in this case we need a little bit more statistical significance than 4 trades in years, especially if you are choosing profit factor. It can be tricky. Oh wow, that is not good. Let's see, not bad. And in the next videos I also want to show you how to optimize in a way that that really means something and not just curve fitted, because that is also important. Just one thing, like you can use just a little bit teaser. You can use custom equation for this, and you can use the complex criterion max, but the complex criterion max, and we can see which one was that. That is like a balanced version across all the, I think. Let's see what this one. I am more interested in this one. That is with the balance between Sharpe ratio, profit factor, all these things. But you can do a custom one for yourself, which I am using regularly in my own EAs that I'm trading with. I think it had some pretty great trades. It must have had pretty good trades. Which is the time frame? Oh, 6 minutes. Okay, it's working because I am already seeing the differences. Let's see. Yeah, it had some great bigger trades, but it's some losing streaks as well, so it's just something interesting. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this one and you learned a huge amount of things about this particular parameter pair. And let me know in the comments if you like this series. Please share it, because I want, just a little bit, a couple of views on this. Comment, subscribe, like, I don't know what people are saying. Yeah, and I have professional EAs as well that you can check out on MQL5. And for example, my index trader, the Apex that I just published new sets for, this one which is my gold trader that reached, now it is at around 100%, a little bit more, but it reached 130% at the point. Yeah, it is, you see the curve. It is, I think it has a couple months now. Like I started it in October, pretty good, and it turns out to be a good year, even though the markets are insane. So you can buy my professional EAs as well on Gumroad or MQL5. You can follow my signals, so do whatever you want with these informations. You can write me in Telegram. I try to help traders when I have the time. If you have questions about the EAs, you can let me know as well. Ciao.